All right, it's time to let the speculation begin after Bronny James received full medical clearance from the Fitness to Play panel from the NBA to partake in the Combine this week. He can partake in all the activities, expect him to partake in all the activities, and now the potential LeBron James sweepstakes fully begins. Now, Bronny James had that cardiac event in July of last year, suffered cardiac arrest. They had to resuscitate him, had a heart defect. He went through surgery, ended up playing this season at USC. That really set him back his freshman year, but he's all good to go. And now we can start speculating on what does this mean. Now, there have been rumors floating about that possibly Bronny was going to go back to college. He entered the draft and the transfer portal. Villanova was picking up a lot of steam, potentially Bron to my Sixers, but Shams Charania reporting that Bronny is expected to stay in the draft even though he's going to partake in the Combine. He has until May 29th to opt out and go back to college, but expect him to be in the draft. Now, does that mean somebody's going to overdraft Bronny to try and either A, keep LeBron in LA or sway LeBron out there? That's the big thing. Bronny is not an NBA player at this point in time, and we've heard NBA guys leaking like, oh man, he's got a really high basketball IQ. Yeah, we're not going to doubt that. But if you watched him play at USC this year, now granted, USC was garbage in the Pac-12. He was not in their closing lineup, and he was not an impactful player for them all season, basically. And it's not his fault. He did not get his dad's genetics when it comes to basketball. If you look at his combine measurements, these are official 6'1.5". I'm sorry, son. 210, 6'7.25 wingspan. That's not great. That's an average guy you're going to find pretty much anywhere walking the streets. Now, obviously, super talented basketball player, high IQ, but it's just overall skill is not there. It's not the NBA guy. He is only 19 years old, so maybe he could potentially hit that growth spurt. We've seen it before. Ben Simmons went from 6'7 to 6'11 after being drafted by the Sixers, so it's not unheard of, but he's really going to need a growth spurt to help compete in the NBA. 210, I mean, good God, at that size, it's not terrible, but it's not great. And are the Lakers going to take him? They have the 55th pick in the draft. He's not going to be a first-round pick. He's not going to be a lottery pick. The 55th pick, that's doable. But what about the Sixers and the Knicks? Both picking earlier than that. Sixers have multiple picks in the 40s. Could they try and scoop him up and say, hey, LeBron, come to Philadelphia? The window for the Sixers is closing vastly quick with Embiid. Now, they do have Tyrese Maxey, who's a young star, but they desperately need a guy like LeBron. They need a scoring option, a guy who can close games. They need production from the forward position, and LeBron can do that, and he doesn't have to be ball dominant. Maxey's going to take the ball. LeBron can get some rest, and really, you just need him for the playoffs where the Sixers have struggled mightily without him. And then you got the Knicks. The Knicks, another team, desperately needs a second scoring option to pair with Jalen Brunson. But all those minutes, Tom Thibodeau and Bron, I don't know. Bron plays a lot of minutes, but he can't play much more. He's going to be 40 years old. I mean, come on, guys. He can only do so much. And we see the Knicks, it's running them ragged. They're falling apart. Everybody's hurt on the team. So I don't know if that's the right fit for them. The thing that makes the most sense is the Lakers. LeBron's got a lot of off-the-court stuff that he's got set up. He's basically built this kind of media empire. He's moving into the next stage of his career. He wants to go. He definitely is going to be the owner of the new Las Vegas franchise when the NBA ultimately expands. And the best way to do that is to stay in LA. They can offer him the most money. He has more money-making opportunities. Obviously, the brand is massive. So the Lakers, you draft Bronny, you try and keep Bron in LA, you run it back one more, maybe two more seasons with this AD combination. I mean, we've talked about this. The LA front office has been a disaster, and I think this would kind of be a desperate move. If I'm LeBron and I'm wanting to win championships, I'm not staying in LA. I'm not staying with the Lakers. They've shown really nothing that says to me like they know how to build a competent roster around me. Now, some of that is LeBron's fault. Probably the Westbrook trade is the biggest one, but other, the free agent signings, the rotational pieces have not been good. They let Caruso walk for some reason. That was so stupid. It's just not been well run by Rob Pelinka. So Pelinka, blame the head coach, run out Darvin Ham. But it's really the front office that's been trash in LA since LeBron's won that title in the bubble in 2020. But if I'm Bron, I'm taking this seriously. I'm thinking, hey, Philadelphia, New York, draft Bronny. I'll come play out east one more time. The Eastern Conference is kind of bad. They're getting old. There's not really a great team beside the Celtics, and the Celtics even have their flaws. I don't think anybody is seriously thinking the Celtics are going to beat the team in the West in the finals this year. But so there's a lot of opportunity, but maybe LeBron is just not in that stage of his career anymore. He just wants to be with the family. He just wants to get paid. He just wants to get ready for retirement, just rack up some points, rack up some play-in game wins, rack up maybe, a first round, second round exit. And he's happy with that. The weather's great in the wintertime in LA when you play the basketball season. Nobody really wants to spend their winter in Philly or New York. But it would really be something if he went to the Knicks or the Sixers, two great basketball franchises, and added another feather to his cap. And like I've said before, 5 rings and the scoring record, he's going to score 50,000 points, really starts adding stuff to the Jordan debate. But, a lot of people aren't going to change their mind on that. But I think that would be a really big ad for it. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Would you draft Bronny James to try and sway LeBron? Is this all kind of bullshit, a sham? Bronny has no business being anywhere close to an NBA roster or the draft in general. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you haven't already, drop a quick like on this video, hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. We got new sports content every single day. If you want to support the channel more, sign up for a channel membership. You get all sorts of cool perks, exclusive access to videos, help support me, allows me to keep making this great content for you guys every single day. Again, like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.